With the recent report on Jenkins and only being eligible for one more game with the Detroit Pistons on his two-way contract, this shows the Pistons are positioned to make a move ahead of the deadline to not only bolster this team heading into the playoffs, but also clear space to make their young guard eligible to get into the lineup for not only the regular season, but his big position going into the playoffs as the backup guard. There's so much to break down from this and updates on injuries as key players are questionable heading in to their next game. We're going to break down all this and so much more on this episode. Before we get into it, I want to give a huge shout out and a sincere thank you. 389 subs just in a couple of days is awesome to see. We're trying to reach our goal of 500 by the end of the deadline, so make sure to go down to hit it. It's completely free, and in return I'll continue giving you guys daily updates from all around the Pistons heading into the playoffs. So watch longs, updates, anything you can think of. I cannot wait to continue talking Detroit basketball with you guys. But let's just dive straight into it today, where we're going to dive into these reports on the questionability for some players heading into their next game. Cade Cunningham, right wrist injury management. Tobias Harris, left knee soreness. Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric are ineligible to play as there's still a trade pending, as the trade has not been pushed through by the league yet. But this is a team that, of course, you're so far up in the standings, losing Cade for one game. You want him to take some time off. Listen, the management, you'd hate to see it, but at the end of the day, if the team is going in, you're missing a lot of key players within this lineup heading into that game. Of course, Cade and Tobias Harris listed as day-to-day. We can see Jenkins out, which I'm going to touch on because he's currently not on the roster for this team. Huerter and Saric are out with these trade going through. This is a team that, of course, without Cade Cunningham in the lineup, we're going to see a lot of guys step up. And the big thing with Cade, when we know he's there, this is a lethal team. Once again, I just love going through these numbers because look at him. It's absolutely insane. 96th percentile in points. We can see assists, 100th percentile, minutes, 98th. Everything with this guy to his usage. He does everything on the court. You can see the green. It's absolutely everywhere. It's payday with Cade Cunningham. The offensive rating, the defensive rating. One of his most underrated aspects of his game is the fact that Cade is a legitimately good and above average defender. I'd say a great defender, but listen, we're Pistons fans. Of course, there's a bit of bias. This is a guy that not having in this game is going to hurt when you're looking through the depth chart once again, but it is a thing where there's a bigger picture heading into today, trade deadline. We'd love to add. This is a team that, of course, is the position where not only are they one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, they are the top team in the Eastern Conference. 5 games on hand on the New York Knicks, the Boston Celtics. We're above these teams. We're better than these teams. And if you go even farther when looking at the standings right now, yes, the point percentage is in favor of OKC, but at the very moment, they're right on the tail to not only be the best Eastern Conference team, but the best team in the NBA, which is incredible to see, especially what we went through just last season and the year before. The Pistons are making that push. 37-12, of course, OKC 40-12, a better point percentage, but who cares? This is a team that has the best record against 500 teams, 70% win rate versus them. But the big thing is, when looking at the roster, you can still add to this. This is the Pistons team. Listen, I want to say Trey Murphy would fit like a glove going into this game. We can see right now, of course, the 16 out of 15, but this is a screenshot without Isaac Jones' wave. So you're down to 15 out of 15, and that's where it gets interesting when you're at the max of your contracts without this team, of course, with Isaac Jones out. But that dives straight into this report that we got coming through on Jenkins today. Jenkins G League has been added to the report and is out tonight. He's at 49 games played, which suggests the Pistons are working his eligibility while hashing out his standard contract. The two-way players are capped at 50 games during the regular season, so this goes straight into Jenkins not being eligible to play more than one game when he is signed or until he's signed on the one-way contract. But you can sign this contract without another move coming to the Pistons, which shows that there's going to be something. Langdon has to do something within this organization. If this is another wave, if this is a buyout, you need to make some sort of move to get Jenkins as a player full-time into this lineup, not only for this season, extend him, get that contract through. But looking at Jenkins, this is a guy that has been a crucial part of the success on this team. 8 points, 3.5 assists, shooting 38.5, which is about league average nowadays. But either way, Jenkins has stepped up big. Assist numbers, 81st percentile. 3-point percentage, 77th percentile. Steals at a 77, but even looking at his numbers, his defensive rating at an 89 percentile. The assist ratio and assist percentage, both nearly 90, one being and one at 86. This is a guy, his usage is good. Assist to turnover ratio, great. Yes, he's not a good rebounder, but also this is a guard that has stepped in and made a serious impact on this roster, and his shooting has been a big part of why he's such a crucial piece. I know Kevin Huerter is going to get his numbers up, which I think was at 31% heading in, but just looking at the numbers of Jenkins, again, it's awesome to see that Jenkins can step up. He can shoot from deep. He's a guy that shoots incredibly. He's elite, actually, from 20 to 24 feet. And looking at the shot chart, yes, from one of the corners, insane at 62%, 33 from the other, which is somewhat respectable. But looking at Jenkins, he's a guy that adds the spacing, that backup ball handler to the team. And there's no way in hell you can go in to and past this deadline. I'd like to get that big ad. Once again, if you can make the swing, you have the draft capital, you have the pick swap from Minnesota. This is a team, and I think the fans are deserving of getting this extra guy. I would love it myself. And just looking through social media before recording this Pistons deadline finale, we'll be cutting Saric, and we hope and pray that the offense can survive the playoffs and LeVert is an overwhelming negative on the court. This is not a report. This is just a fan coming through speaking on it. But I'd love to see Detroit make that final offer going in. We'd love to add Trey Murphy. Again, fits the timeline. He's an incredible player, a demon over there right now in the Pelicans. Would fit on this team. Michael Porter Jr. is another guy. Klay Thompson's an interesting and a good shooter that could add to this team as well. But the big thing, Pistons fans, is just looking at the team with the roster, with the depth chart. What do you think the biggest need on this team is? Are you comfortable? Because I am comfortable to go into the playoffs with this roster. You added the shooting to Kevin Huerter, 31% this year, but a career average of 37%. And with Cade, we've seen what he did against the Nuggets, driving in. 5 people collapsed on this guy. Kevin Huerter is going to bang down those corner threes wide open. This is a team, and it makes the most sense that maybe Dario Saric is just the one to be waived at this point. Listen, I don't want to rag on this guy, but looking at the numbers, of course, there's not a lot of usage. He's not getting a lot of minutes, but in 8 minutes, putting up 1.5. This is not great. He can kind of shoot the ball 33%. Of course, a good free throw shooter, 100%, ranked number 1, which goes to show that he hasn't taken a lot of them. But the big thing with Dario Saric, he just doesn't fit this Pistons team. You're looking at B-Ball Paul. You're looking at these other guys within the organization. Saric does not fit, but what is your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think they're going to make that one last move going into deadline? Do you think it's just going to be Saric waived? Is it something else I haven't even spoke on? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments, because I love reading through them. But that be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends, all down below. But I've been your host, Mark Bye, and take care, Pistons fans.